What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with a review and overview of the Magicforce 68 key mini mechanical keyboard. Now when this was available on mass drop, it sold out in no time at all. And that was the first time this keyboard was even available in the United States. So I figured I wanted to get my hands on it to see what all the fuss was about. I've been using it for about a month I'd say, and I've been really enjoying it. Using it with things such as gaming, video editing, just normal internet browsing. It's just a really solid keyboard. If you want to pick one of these up the next time it is available, I will put a link in the description down below so you can be the first to know when it is available again. Now I'll be giving you like a normal rundown of my typical reviews, going over its features, what I like about it, all that good stuff, so you can pretty much find out everything you're going to want to know about this Magicforce keyboard. Starting off, I'm really a fan of its nice 68 key compact design. Anything to help save space on a desktop is always a winner in my book. It doesn't have unnecessary keys, and you can always just address the ones that you want to use with the function key. So the fact that it is a nice small keyboard definitely, like I said, wins me over in my book. The base of the keyboard is a nice aluminum finish with the Magicforce branding embossed on the right side. And this finish is probably one of the better ones that I see on keyboards because it's not going to collect dust and it's not going to be hard to clean. And it also helps reflect the LED lights that are inside this keyboard to make them appear and shine much brighter. On the back of the keyboard, you have two rubberized feet to help elevate its backside, as well as 4 pads as well to prevent any scratching to whatever surface it is on. You also have your mini USB connecting port right there with a channel to route the cable out. You're also going to see this little dip switch section, which I will get into in a little bit. Now taking off one of the keys will reveal the LED light as well as the key switch. On mass drop at checkout, you can pick from a bunch of different options here for these switches, such as Cherry, Kale, and Gateron, and these in particular are Kale Blacks. And they're definitely a change from what I'm used to. The top 2 keyboards that I use most often are Reds and Gateron Clears, which are very, very buttery smooth. These do require some extra force to actuate, but it's actually a really nice change. I didn't know how well I would like them at first and how I would get used to them, but like I said, I really do like the Gateron Blacks. It's really not that big of a difference. The only thing that I could admit that I would notice a difference on is with the spacebar when I'm typing. You do have to put some extra force on your thumb to hit that spacebar, but overall I really like these Gateron Blacks. And as I mentioned, you can get them at checkout in Gaterons, Kales, or Cherry switches if you prefer either one, at different price ranges as well. And yes, these do have LED lights in them with the ABS keys. They have that little translucent character key, so the lights will shine through. And the LED lights, they start to illuminate the second you plug them in, and they have different functions as well. The keyboard has 2 sections for LED lights, with the WASD and the 4 arrow keys shining and illuminating an orange color, with the rest of the keyboard in a nice blue color. And the LED lights shine really bright, again also helped by that reflective aluminum base on the keyboard. But even at its highest setting, I found it was a really nice saturated color that any fan of LED lights will certainly enjoy. Now you can toggle different brightnesses and modes with the LED lights by pressing the function up and down arrow key. That's how you can toggle the LED brightness. And the function left arrow will turn the LED lights from a steady color to a blinking, breathing LED color mode. And if you want to change the speeds of the breathing lights, then the function and right arrow key will toggle between the different speeds for those. And real quick, while we're talking about the keys, and I know you guys all love when I do this, I will do a sound test so you can hear how these Kale Black switches sound. And since we're done going over most of the features, let's turn it back around to the back of the keyboard to address these dip switches that I briefly mentioned earlier. I do a lot of reviews of gaming keyboards on my channel, and I have never come across a keyboard in person that actually had these. So when I first saw them, I knew what they were, but I was not used to it by any means. And these dip switches will allow you to do certain things on the keyboards, more so to trigger a certain function without having to press keys to enable these certain features. The first dip switch on the left, which is labeled with a 1, will allow you to swap the caps lock with the left control key just by flipping it up. The second dip switch allows you to swap the Windows key with the function key, and that third dip switch will lock the Windows key. So as for my overall experience, I've been using it, like I said, for around a month, and it's been very solid. I've been using it a lot with gaming, and I haven't had any issues with lag or certain keys not registering. It's been very, very responsive, and these Kale Black switches were a much more welcomed addition than I thought that I would be used to. Because I've been using reds for so long, I didn't know how well I would like these blacks, but they are pretty nice. I mean, they feel really great. It's a nice assuring feeling when I'm pressing them, so I know exactly when I'm bottoming out, and I can be much more accurate when I'm typing, or just, doing certain key presses. And it's a matter of what, like 0.10 grams anyways from reds, so it's really not that big of a difference. And yeah, I really like these Kale Black switches, but you can get them in Kale Gateron or Cherry upon checkout. I'm a big fan of the whole compact design to it. I like the aluminum base. Like I said, it's nice, it doesn't collect dust, it helps reflect the LED lights inside, which are really bright. I think the color scheme with the all silver and white look with the blue and orange lights is very nice and unique. You don't usually see that two color scheme pretty often, and it's accomplished really nicely in this keyboard. And having bright lights is always a good feature for someone who likes LED lights in their keyboard, and if they're too bright, they can always be adjusted. I like the floating key design here, where the key switch and the LED lights are exposed. They're not housed in a shell that would surround it usually. And it's just pretty solid, you got the dip switch on the back. It's very lightweight, and like I said, I could see why this would sell out. If anything, I'm not the biggest fan of the ABS keycap character font. It has that aggressive gamer looking design. People might like it, people might prefer this kind of design for the characters, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's not that really big of an issue. You can always buy different keycaps in the future to swap them out if you want, so it's really not that big of a deal. Overall, yes, I definitely recommend this. And if you want to pick it up, like I said, I will put the link for it in the description down below. So when it is available again on Massdrop, you can find out if you want to pick it up. So hope you enjoyed my review of this Magicforce 68 key mini mechanical keyboard. And yeah, definitely a solid keyboard that I'm really enjoying. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up to show your support. If you have any questions, you can comment down below or hit me up on Twitter at randomfrankp. You can always follow me on there. And lastly, guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on any videos that are coming up in the near future. I got a lot of stuff coming, so you're not going to want to miss out. I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.